Hey, what time is it?
It's crunch time. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about fishing, y'all. So this past summer, me and Dad went for a little R&R. We went fishing down in the coast of North Carolina. To be specific, we went to Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, where we played mini golf, a whole bunch of fishing, ate at some pretty nice restaurants, and Dad took me on my first deep sea fishing trip. Yeah, deep sea fishing. And do we have a story to tell? So we were wanting to go around the marine base and look around and stuff, and we found this dirt road. So in true man fashion, we went down it.
Seems legit going down through here. It's probably a dead body. Let's go further.
Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I mean, seriously, what could go wrong? So we turned down the dirt road, and it was a little sketchy from the beginning. So as we were riding down this dirt road, even though it had been hot and dry, it had these weird, mysterious mud holes, and every time we would drive through them, the truck would just get covered in flies, and they were orange, and we didn't know what they were, but later we found out they were just mayflies, but they were everywhere. And as we kept going down, the road kept on getting narrower. When I say narrower, I mean we have battle scars on the truck.
Yeah, he's not kidding. It got narrow down through there. I mean, this road was, I don't know, we drove what, a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles back, and it was pretty sketchy. So we were afraid we were going to come out on some kind of bomb range or something. We never did find the water, and eventually we just turned around, but he's not kidding. There were, I mean, every mud hole that we hit, little, big, it didn't matter. Man, I mean, the truck was covered.
What in the crap are those things?
And of course, we'll add in some, I think, some video and some pictures of some of the stuff we captured. Now, this was before the YouTube channel concept or idea even came along. So, but we thought we'd share our, kind of our trip and our adventure and give you our take on certain things on our way down. So,
Speaking of those flies, they hung on for dear life, and they kept on following us even when we left.
yeah, so the first day of our trip, it was kind of funny because it was the day before our trip started, and we thought it would be a great idea go down to Cherry Point, and it's 15 minutes away from where we were going to be staying for the week anyway, and both of us were anxious and ready to go. So we took off. We like, military stuff and helicopters and planes and all that. So I thought, why not go to Cherry Point, stay right over near the air station there at the Marine Corps Air Station, and maybe we see some pretty cool stuff. So that particular day, of course, the adventure he just told you about, that happened. We basically went around the town. If you ever been in military town, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so that night we decided that we would hit the theater there and check out a movie. So we went and watched Rocket Man. It's a good movie. Anyway, it was different. Yeah. We're very different. Yeah. We're Elton John fans. We love his music. Don't get us wrong. It was not to get into a movie review, but it was a deep movie, man. Wow. And I knew there was some issues in his life, but goodness gracious, it was something else. But anyway, outside of that, there was like a crazy electrical storm that came up, and the hotel we stayed at, the bed was comfortable.
Yeah, but when you walked on the floor, you just about felt like you were gonna fall.
Yeah, it was
Like here's the floor, the bed.
Yeah, it was no bueno, but it was just for one night, so we made it through. And we got up the next morning, and vacation actually began that morning. Yeah. So we headed in. We stopped at a little country diner kind of thing for breakfast called the Country Kitchen. Fantastic food, really nice people. Just 2-3 minutes before we got to the bridge to go over to Atlantic Beach. Yeah, and it was really cool. We there had been a tragedy with Atlantic Beach's fire chief, and we totally we support them. They were selling some support bracelets for Chief Snyder, and we picked our 3401 Chief Snyder memorial bracelets up.
I haven't took this off since the vacation.
I only take mine off to at night when I go to bed, but he has not taken his off. He showers with it, bathes with it, and all that good stuff, right? Yeah. So our hearts are out with the family and our brothers and sisters there at Atlantic Beach and all the surrounding fire departments. But with that being said, we left from there and we headed on over to the island. We stayed at a place called the Caribbean. It's
very nice place.
Yeah, it's a cool little place. It's just a little block motel type. They've got it really painted up and pretty neat. We stayed there before years ago when he was little and his mother and I were still together. We all went to a family vacation there, and we had a good time other than the fact that Pender County was on fire. Yeah, it was a little smoky. Couldn't see nothing. Visibility was almost zero. But with that being said, we enjoyed ourselves, and this time, we expected to enjoy ourselves too. We got there, we got checked in, and basically, and the owners are really nice and stuff, and we basically almost bought a hotel or a motel. Yeah, it's a long story.
We decided we didn't need one though.
Yeah, at that point in time, I didn't really want to drop $1 million.
Or have to keep up with the motel.
No, I wouldn't. That wouldn't bother me, no. But with that being said, we got checked in. We did a little metal detecting on the beach. Yeah. Somebody got a little distracted. Anyway, we won't go into all that. I don't want to embarrass him, but the metal detecting didn't last long once he got his eyes full. But
Found an earring.
Yeah, you did find an earring and 2 nickels.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and a whole lot of
beer tabs.
Bottle tabs.
Yeah, bottle caps, beer tabs. Yeah, 2 nickels. We almost paid for that trip right there. Yeah, but so long story short, we get checked into the motel and we set out to go find the mini golf course that we had saw online, the Professor Hackers. So what we did was we went ahead. I wanted to show him the whole entire strip, all the way back down to basically Emerald Point and back. So we passed, before we got to Professor Hackers, Atlantic Beach's park. They have their own mini golf course.
Very, very nice.
It is awesome, and it's the cheapest one. So if you're in Atlantic Beach, you want to play mini golf, but you don't want to spend a ton of money.
That's crazy. That's a crazy hole.
The best part is that they have Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, I had to buy a lot of Dippin' Dots. That's what we were kind of wagering the winner on, but we played that course I don't know how many times.
Little side note about it. So I think it's hole 11. If you want to get a hole in one, just hit it in the water and there's a grate and it goes through the grate and it goes right in the hole.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, one of the town workers told us that one morning. And the cool thing about this course is if you have your own equipment and balls and stuff, if the course is closed in the mornings before it opens, if you want to go out there and play, you're free to do that. That was pretty neat to find out. Unfortunately, we didn't take, our equipment with us, and we didn't play any prior, but we played there so many times that literally the people working there, they almost became family. They knew us when we walked up. They already had our stuff ready to rock and roll. So it was actually a pretty difficult little course. Well, not difficult, but it wasn't just a go out there and just easy course to play. It was fun. It had some challenges, but it was beautiful. You had a great breeze. We got to see a lot of sea stallions fly over, a lot of harriers fly over. Golly, man, you name it. Ospreys, we saw a lot of ospreys. Yeah, so.
We also, at one of the mini golf trips, we got some balls. Got that one. And this one's mine. This one's his. We got this one.
Yeah.
And we got that one.
Yeah, so at Emerald Forest.
Yes.
Yeah, Emerald Forest down in Emerald Isle. They sell, some different types of personalized balls up there, and so we picked us up a few. What I liked about the Emerald. Oh, and by the way, the city of Atlantic Beach, the town of Atlantic Beach, their park that has the mini golf, it's $5 a person there. So that's pretty neat. They've got a basketball course. They've got the little water things that shoot up from the ground, and
water park.
It's like a little place to go and chill out and cool down. Walking track, pretty nice.
Doggy play area.
Yeah, dog play area. Nice little yard where you can go fly your kites and stuff.
Swing set.
Swing sets. And then they've got a little snack place where, like he said, there was chips and slushies and drinks and Dippin' Dots. We went. So for his birthday, I let him go and pick out the whole trip was basically for his birthday, but I let him go pick out a handmade kite, and that was pretty awesome, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, it was a so pretty much I think it was a 7-foot long kite. It was shaped like a shark and it was black, and we got it up in the sky one time, and all the other times it was either storming or there was absolutely no wind. Wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, it was crazy over there.
Yeah. I would definitely stop by there. I think we have the name, maybe.
It's the Atlantic Beach.
Atlantic Beach Kites.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. We'll look through our pictures and see if we can find the picture. I'm pretty sure we took a picture of this store. I know I've got a card somewhere. Yeah, really great people. They had flags, kites. Tons of kites, like little kites and ginormous ones.
They had 4 different string kites. They had kites that are bigger than cars and stuff.
Yeah, they even had Chinese dragon kites.
They had a pelican, and its mouth worked and everything, and it was huge. It was bigger than me.
Yeah. So there was that, and then on down when you get Indian Beach in that area. Let's see, Professor Hackers. Now that's a cool place. They've got on the right side, there's a kid kind of area where they have go-karts and rides and stuff for little kids, middle kids, and big kids like myself. And on the left-hand side, there's 2 mini golf courses, which we played both, and we played there a few times. Now that is going to be your most expensive place to go to.
Very big though.
Big, and it's it's cool. By all means, it's cool. We'll put some pictures up as
At the
well.
end, when you put it in the last hole, it goes into a well.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Like a wishing well.
Yeah, so we actually ended our father-son tournament there, and if you want to know who ended up winning the 2019 Golden Putter, look in the description below. We've got an
Link in the description.
what did I say? A video?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Link in the description below of our course review from Adventure Landing here in Winston-Salem, and you can watch that, and you'll find out who took the championship and the Golden Putter. But nice courses. Those are pretty cool. They are. Now, that is going to be your most expensive place that you're going to go. The Emerald Forest in Emerald Isle. That's a cool course. Really nice people there. Needs a little updating. One thing that I was very impressed by this course was the fact that throughout the course, they do have it handicap accessible. And that,
Every one of them.
yeah, I don't believe there was a single hole that,
Even the one on top of the mountain was accessible.
up on top, you could get through there and stuff. So kudos to them for that, because that's awesome. Everybody should mini golf. Everybody should be able to play mini golf. Yeah. With that being said, we picked up the personalized putter balls and enjoyed a lot of games there.
Sat there and talked for about 2.5 hours.
We talked a lot of baseball with the guy there. It was awesome. It was fantastic. And then there was a go-kart track nearby. Yep. And we went there, and he cheated. And
I did not cheat. Rubbing is racing.
I hear you, Earnhardt. But anyway, long story short, I did get him at the end, so I was pretty happy about that. We enjoyed a lot of great restaurants there in Morehead City and over at Atlantic Beach. Probably the best Italian place I've ever eaten in my life, Casa de San Carlos, I believe it was, there in Morehead City. I'm telling you what.
Right at the boat club.
Goodness gracious, y'all got to go there. Casa de San Carlos or Casa de Carla. Anyway, I put a picture up. That place is fantastic. It was the best Italian joint I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh, yeah.
What was one of your favorite restaurants? Outside of that one. We eat a lot of restaurants. Amos Mosquitoes. I knew that was one that was going to be. We went there to celebrate his birthday and to give him his gifts
My gift
his
and
little big gift.
also I got a free hat.
He did get a free hat, and that was pretty cool. And we enjoyed ourselves. We eat there twice, 3 times. I know of at least twice, and that's a little pricey, but it is such a.
Their meatloaf is to die for. It's like, goodness gracious. It's really, really good. They give you like their chips of the day, and they have one called the firecracker, and that one is to die for.
I give him the firecracker they give me. I wasn't a fan, but he loved those things. I like the what was it, bacon jam? Yeah, the bacon jam.
I gave him that.
So,
I traded out for the firecracker.
yeah, so I got the bacon jam and I mixed it in with mashed potatoes, and oh my lord, there's the reason I'm chubby. So it was so good, but we really enjoyed ourselves there. Tell them about your gift you got for your birthday there.
So, for my birthday, I got a Galileo guitar pedal, which made it sound more like Brian May's guitar. And
Tell them who Brian May is for the people who may not know.
Guitar player for Queen, and he got me that because I asked him about, I don't know, probably 4 months before my birthday, and he was like, well, okay, I'll think about it.
Because it was expensive. It was really expensive. But I mean,
I thought he forgot about it, honestly.
Does Daddy ever forget anything?
Something like that.
Anyway, so let's see, what was L's Drive-In there in Moorhead.
Oh yeah. So if you want a really good hot dog and want to pay a lot of money for it, go to L's Drive-In.
And how is the service?
So you pull in, and we were just sitting there for a minute. We were getting ready to go in, and like this lady come and knocked on our door and took our
Very
order.
hot lady.
Took our order, and we ordered like a hot dog and stuff, and they brought it out to us in our truck, and we ate.
Yeah, and it was really good. We ate there twice while we were there, so a lot of good restaurants there, a lot of good stuff. Tourist town, place like that. So you're gonna pay up a little bit, but L's Drive-In, Casa that Italian joint we eat at, and Amos Mosquitoes.
That breakfast place that we ate.
Yeah, Country Kitchen, and then on the other end we eat at a steakhouse, and it was really good too. I'll put a picture up. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it right now. So that
and every morning we had a biscuit at McDonald's.
Yeah, that was the cheapest thing I did. That's the cheapest thing I got away with. So that pretty much covers the mini golf and the food.
Thank you for stopping by for the part 1. Part 2 will cover all the fishing that we did. Thank you for staying with us, and stop back by to watch it. Goodness gracious, y'all. Show me some love. If you're new here, just make sure you subscribe, watch some of our other videos, and please share. And hey, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Oh my God. That's wrong.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.